Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. First Impressions Day. First impressions of one of the gifts from my wife as part of my Inky Countdown. And it's my first impressions of this, the Jinhao Shark. And every time I see this, I'm thinking of the Jaws movie. It's a fairly inexpensive pen. Join me now, down on the table. We'll take a look at the pen, do some quick size comparisons, fill it with ink. I'll do a writing sample, then give you my first impressions of this pen. Welcome down to the table. So here we've got today's pen, the Jinhao Shark. I'm just going to turn it on the side there. You can see the dorsal fin sticking up. Let's start by doing a walk through the body. So starting with the cap. With the cap, I love this little detail here. Just look at that. We've got a shark's face. We've got the mouth. We've got eyes. We've got gills. We've got the word shark. And then we've also got here the dorsal fin. From the cap, we come into the body. You can feel the seam, but there's no drop off. We've got a little bit of transparency here. So you can actually see in there the converter. Then we're tapering down. And we've got a slightly domed end. The cap twists off in half. 1, 1.5, 2, nearly 2.5 turns there, so not too bad. And that reveals this nib. Taking a closer look at the nib, so it's a steel nib, not very much decoration on there. We've got the Jinhao logo, the word Jinhao, and then F for fine. To me, this nib looks very much like a Lamy nib. I will try that later on to see if I can pop a Lamy nib onto here. The body unscrews. You'd have thought it would unscrew from here, but it doesn't. It unscrews from the bottom of the solid plastic. There we've got the converter that comes with it. Let's just push that down, ready to fill. Very simple, very nice. To be honest, ideal first pen for a kid, isn't it? Let's swap on over and we'll do some size comparisons. I brought in my two standard size comparisons. We've got the Pilot Metropolitan, the Lamy Safari. With a cap on, that Jinhao Shark, definitely longer. Width-wise, I would say maybe the same, if not just a little bit thinner than the Metropolitan. Let's take the caps off. With the caps off, to me, the Jinhao Shark, it now looks a little bit smaller than both the pens. Maybe 0.5 centimetre, 5 millimetres shorter than the Safari, and a couple of millimetres shorter than the Metropolitan. In the hand, actually feels quite nice. It is very light. It's a cheap pen. You expect that. The section's got a lovely width to it though. I think that's going to be really comfortable to use. Lengthwise, unposted, more than usable. It does post. Looks a bit odd. And because it's so light, I don't really feel any back weight to it, but I'll still be using this unposted. Let me move this all out of the way and we'll fill the pen with ink. Today's ink, I thought I'd risk it a bit. I'm going to use Diamine Pine Needle, and this is a chameleon ink here. I'm going to try risking a chameleon in a fine nibbed pen. Just make sure that's well and truly agitated. Now I'm hoping I can fill this without having to use an inkomizer. Let's see if it will fit in and work. So it does. No, it doesn't fit in. So pull that out again. And in comes the inkomizer. Okay, here we've got the pen. Try and angle this so we can see what's happening. And let's work that converter up. Sucking up ink, definitely. And then one more go. Wow, that looks like it's a nice, really full fill. Let me clean this all up and then we'll fetch in the notepad of testing. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Here we've got the notepad of testing, Rhodia pad A5 and it's plain paper. I'm just going to turn this on the side. Let's fetch in the pen. So here we've got it, the Jinhao Shark. So we've got a Jinhao Shark with a fine nib. Actually not a bad writer this, it's nice and smooth. Price wise, it's massive, $4 Aussie. The ink, Diamine, and it's a pine needle. Don't know if we'll see any of the shimmer coming through. Let me just do a little there, give that a chance to dry whilst we do the rest of the writing sample. Drying time, so we go immediate. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, that's dry. So really fast drying combo. With it being a fine, I'm not overly surprised. Line variation. So here's no pressure. Can add a wee bit of pressure. Nib feels fairly stiff. Yeah, we're getting a slightly wider line, but that could just be because I'm putting down more ink with the pressure. So no pressure with, none, and with. Going to move the mic down to the page so you can hear the pen write. Sorry, my desk fan there taking away a bit of the paper. Final test, my scribble test. Going backwards. That keeps up really, really well. So what are my thoughts on this pen? We're talking $4 Aussie for a fountain pen. I think this is very affordable. Its design, I think it's more aimed at the kids market. Certainly I won't be taking this out the house. I wouldn't be taking this to a business meeting, but for sat at my desk, yeah, I'd actually quite happily use this. I do want to try swapping that nib and see if I can try a Lamy nib on there, just really for the experiment. Not actually that I intend to do that permanently, but you never know. Isn't it always nice to have options? I do like the shark's face up here. I think it's quite nice. There's a number of different colours in this. My wife bought me the green one. She knows I like green. Writing wise, it writes really well. Do we see any chameleon coming through anywhere? Not that I can see, but maybe a bit here. You see bits of silver there where I did the scribble. But I didn't really expect too much to come through. All in all though, as I say, for $4 Aussie, what more do you want from a pen? It works. It's going to let you get those ideas out of your head and onto paper, and hopefully in a way that you'll enjoy. So I heartily recommend this pen, especially if you've got kids you're trying to pen-able. So they're my first impressions of the Jinhao Shark and Diamine Pine Needle. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. So what do we think of the Jinhao Shark there swimming across the scene at the moment? I say very inexpensive, but interesting looking pen, isn't it? Please drop your comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit that thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.